Hello YouTube, and a special hello to Tony P. He's on the Pinnacle Studio forums, and we've been having a conversation about whether or not I should look into getting more hardware for my computer over getting new Studio sooner. Because I experienced quite a few bugs with Studio, and the sad but kind of funny thing is, my favorite feature in Studio is the crash recovery, but that's because I use it quite a bit. So, we're going to be doing a test about hardware acceleration. Excuse me. Because see if it makes a difference. I think it does with the settings that I've used or discovered yesterday. So here's what I have. There's my CPU. There's my memory. And there's my graphics. I think hardware acceleration does make a difference. It's a good thing. But that's coming from where I am. This was way back when I was using Movie Maker actively as my editing program. And then I had Wax Studio for special effects. Sorry, Wax 2.0. This is Pinnacle Studio. But I set that to hardware acceleration. My belief, excuse me, my belief back then was that if you can only do so much within the code of the program to have it render files and do stuff, that doesn't require it to use a lot of your CPU. Why not let it out of its box? I mean, obviously, if your computer is really, really poor and not very good specs, then yeah, keep it inside its box so your computer doesn't get bogged down and slow and crash. But I let it out of its box and turned on hardware acceleration because it seemed to make a difference. So, what I've done recently is, so hardware acceleration should be on None right now. I used to have it on Intel for the longest time, and then I was looking up and learning about GPU rendering and can I make this program do that? And the best thing I could find on that was Cuda. It's part of my graphics card. So I should set the hardware acceleration to Cuda so it uses the graphics card. That's the theory. I'm not sure if that is that way. And keep closing this. I need to keep this open. So what I've also done is I have set background render to high priority. I never do real time because it makes the mouse jumpy. And I've also set the rm.exe to high priority. And rm.exe is also tied in with umi.exe. I don't know exactly what parts of Studio they are. If anyone could enlighten me, that would be great. And then I used to set ng Studio to a higher priority too, but lately I haven't been doing that. Doing that really only affects the time it takes to save. So that will make things faster to save the final movie, but it slows the rest of my computer down, so if I wanted to watch a YouTube video while I'm waiting before I go on to the next project, I can't do that. So I haven't been modifying that one lately. But that's what I've got set, and let's just double check to make... Habit! I want to keep this open because I want to watch this rise. So actually what I'm going to do is... Cut this down. And I'm going to bring this over. This here. I can see exactly what I'm doing. Oops. We need to see CPU. That's all you need to see CPU usage. Got Studio on there, so we're good. And oops. So there we highlight that. So we know which one DG is. There's our CPU usage. Great. So what we want to do now is, so I'm going to adjust, I'm going to speed, add, stretch. Okay. I also have a stopwatch open on my phone so that I can clock this myself, and I'll tell you the times that come out of it. So BG Render right now, as you can see, is jumped up to using 50%. And now what I want to do is I'm going to go to Adjust Duration. So here we have a 48-second clip. I'm going to do 03. So 3 minutes. And go. We're seeing how long it takes. So this right here is our render marker. We're at 50% CPU, which is pretty good. We're going to see how long it takes. And the others I will be speeding up. So we do this step, and then we save the movie as the final project, which I've finally figured out how to scientifically do this. So what I need to do is, I need to delete that so that it doesn't mess anything up. Quickly go back. Perfect timing. We are still going. Studio. Okay. Okay. It's been 50 seconds. The other thing, too, that I don't do is, like, I read somewhere you want to periodically clean out your render files. Hopefully that's not a thing you have to do now. But I am going to be doing it for this test. Okay. So, 110 seconds. That's what I got last time. This took 110 seconds. So now what I need to do is, I'm going to go to Export, reset my timer. Export, wait for this. And 720p. This should be 720p. I don't know why it picks SD, but it should be 720p. We start export. We're going to save it as 1. And go. And here's where we see BG Render's not doing much, but Studio is going pretty high. Now, this is also a variable. Like, if I have, like, when I'm doing Minecraft, if I have approximately 20 minutes of video with, like, I don't know, 10, like 20-second intro slapped on the front, and that's the only thing I've done to it, that number rises up, throttles between 95 and 100%. My computer gets pretty slow, especially when I give Studio a high priority, but I haven't been doing that lately. So, yeah, we'll speed up to the end of this. Almost there. Okay, okay. And wait for it to bring up the window. Boom. 2 minutes, 36 seconds. Okay. Now, for those of you on YouTube who have no idea exactly what I did, I will go and get some food. What food is good? So, the food theme is normal, but this part right here is ridiculously slow. I took it from 48 seconds and slowed it down to 3 minutes. So, there is that. Now what I need to do is I'm going to undo this. Back to there. Setup, Control Panel. Then I need to go to Export and Preview. This needs to be Intel. Go to Storage Locations and delete render files. And make sure that is Intel. And I'm not restarting Studio because when I set this to Cuda yesterday, I seem to notice an instant improvement. So as you can see here, it's re-rendering this because that no longer has been rendered by background render. But who cares about that render? We need to go to Speed. Oops. Speed. Add. Stretch. Okay. Adjust duration. 03. Sure I have my timer ready. So I restarted my timer. And go. Alright, we are almost done, and boom. Alright, that took about 1 minute 20 seconds. So that took about 1 minute 20 seconds, slower than the other one by 10 seconds. I'm guessing that the hardware is already being used for other stuff, and so maybe it, I don't know. There should have been plenty of speed. This was only at like 45%. So it should have been able to do that and have more room. I don't know why it's slower. But my guess would be that it just has slower, that it was using the hardware already, and so asking it to use more of it just made it slower. I don't know. That's just a guess, but it doesn't make quite sense. So now we're going to export this. Start export. This should be 2. Okay. And go. Wait for the box to come up. Come on. It's not done until it says, here, you can open the folder, or you can watch it. Come on. Come on. Wow. Okay, I'm just going to stop it here, because I feel like, is it going to actually finish? That's what I'm wondering. I don't know. So let's write down our times, which I did. So Intel. Right now we're at 3 minutes 3 seconds, but I'm gonna say 2. Whoa. Okay, so it actually did, but it doesn't let us play it. That's weird. So we'll say time to 100 was like 2:58. I don't know. And then it took a while after that to finally say, here, you can open the folder. Which... Oh, it didn't. So sometimes Pinnacle Studio will completely save the file. So this is good. If I wanted to upload this to YouTube, it would be perfect just like I edited it. But the name's wrong. So can I even open it? Will this even play? Whoa, we can't play the file. That's not good. So, are you? Go away. I want to delete you. Okay, right, because we're open. So I'll have to delete that later. Interesting. So I'm going to try this again. Start export. Whoops. Why are we... Yes, I'd like to... I don't know what's going on with this. I've got plenty of space for this, too. So let me get that open again. And we're still using a high amount of CPU. We go export again. By the way, if they're smacking, I'm sorry. I was hungry. The only thing right next to me was a green gumball. Or there's Skittles on the other side of me, but most of them are the flavors I don't like. So anyways, let's try this again. Start export. Should ask us for a name. Are you not gonna... This must be one of those times where I run into an error. This is interesting. So I think let's just move on from the test. Because it would probably take about the same amount of time next time and hopefully not have the crash at the end. Oh, one moment. Let me just double check. Make sure. That's not... Oh, wait. We got a flicker of it waiting. 720p. I'm going to restart Studio just to make sure. So... Yeah, we need to... Do that on account too. Here's what we do. We need to do that. And that. Just make sure. Desktop. I don't know what I want to do. Put one there. Boom. Post Studio now. I forgot to redo that. Dang it. Well, Studio. Come on. Okay, BG Render is still open. I need to end you. I don't know exactly why it doesn't completely... And see, that's still open too. So I need to end you. Like, goodbye, Studio. You're supposed to be closed right now. Yeah, I don't know why it does this sometimes. It's weird and strange. And this is an example of the hiccups that I run into. Make sure I'm still recording, by the way. What? Okay, so it is still working. It was frozen there for a second, which is weird. I hope this program hasn't frozen on us. Whoops. So, but, oh, come on. Go away. Studio should be all the way down here. So. Go to BG Render. Make sure that one's highlighted, and we need to... well, we're not on details. Go to details. Set priority to high. Oh yeah, that's right. We need to go back to here. Where's my open programs? Oh, processes. There we go. It was hidden. So, drag that back down to... There we go. Okay, so. And BG Render is the one we want highlighted right now, just for curiosity. So, Let's go to Setup, Control Panel, Export and Preview. On Intel, okay. So now I need to do Speed, Add, Stretch, and this time I'm just going to go straight to Export. I don't want to worry about it finishing that. Just duration. 03. Boom. So I'm not going to worry about it finishing this, because I believe it doesn't have to actually save. But I think this is just more directly related to playback. So we go Export. Start Export. Oh, I know what the problem is. Yes. So undo auto naming. Start Export. 2. And go. Okay, we're almost there. Almost there. And okay, it's 235 to 100%. Boom. So, like 236. And we can actually make sure. I will go and get some food. So this time it actually worked. I don't know why it had a hiccup last time, but it did. So let's go to our sticky note here. I've got lots of stuff on sticky notes. So, I'm going to rechange this I time to 238. It's on 238 right now, but we'll do 237 because I was a little bit slow. I was counting the time till 100, thinking it was going to take a while. Great. 237 for Intel. So now I want to close that out. I want to undo this. Setup. Control Panel. Export and Preview. Pick Cuda. Storage locations. Delete the render files. Click OK. Should re-render this. So now we go to Speed. Add. Make sure my timer's ready. So stretch. Adjust duration. 03. And go. Alright, Cuda comes in at 1 minute 18 seconds for doing that process. There could be some human error in my pushing the stop button. So we do C. I want you to show this stuff down here. Thank you very much. 1:18. So, slower. Slower. Well, wait, no. So Cuda is faster than Intel, but not faster than nothing. So I was right. Cuda does perform faster than Intel for this unscientific test. So this is faster. I might not want hardware acceleration at all unless I super beef up my computer. Like, it'll be like, test it later on and see what happens kind of a thing. Let's jump into the saving of this file now. Export. Oops. Get my phone open again. Start my thing. Start export. This should be saved as 3. And go. Almost there. Okay. And come on. Yes. So, 2 minutes, 37, I'll say 36 seconds. Let's compare the time. And Cuda got 2:37. About the same. Yeah, this was approximately the same time. Because of human error, that one I stopped it at 2:38, but those were approximately the same. So I don't think that affects this at all. I didn't even look over here at those numbers. So and let's make sure it plays. I will go and get Okay, it plays. So, full screen. So, observations. It seemed like both Intel and Cuda took a couple of seconds longer to start this bar going across. Because I want to just see. We'll leave it right there for now, but go to export and preview. Let's set this to none. But yeah, it seemed like they took a little bit longer to start going across and processing things. So if I go to, I'm going to wait for that clip to finish. We're not going to do the whole time again, but just 3. Right, yeah, they took like 2, maybe 4 seconds before this bar started going. This is instant. So I might just leave that on none. See if it improves over the coming days. So it seemed like they took a little bit slower, but I was right in my feeling yesterday. So Cuda is faster than Intel, but for that, it was only faster by 2 seconds. So the fastest for the stretching out, that's why I put S there, was no hardware acceleration. And for saving the final product, no hardware acceleration was faster. There could have been other variables going on, because these are both exactly the same. So I'm not sure if it actually is, if the acceleration affects the final saving. But there's my findings on that unscientific test. I'm sure if you guys know anything of why this might be being caused and things happening this way, post a comment below or get in touch with me on the Pinnacle Studio forums. See you guys all later. Bye.